Hi, this is my first Facebook Live. So if you're here watching live, thank you so much for being here with me. If you're watching the recording, also thank you for being here. I'm here today because I set this goal of sharing some tips with you over the next 8 weeks. So each week I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live that goes along with my post for that week. So I will drop a link below in the comments at the end of this video to share last week's post with you. And there's also a printout or a handout that you can download there. So I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite, best, and easy to implement tips with you. And I'm sharing these with you in the hopes that you can add these to your toolkit and have handy for you every single day, and there's something you can use here on out, and also to help hopefully inspire you to be the highest and best version of you that you can dream of. Before I get into today's tip, I want to clarify something that I feel like a lot of you may be wondering since I've started sharing all these things about my coaching and maybe these inspirational quotes and things like that, and that is, what the heck is coaching? What comes to mind when you think of coaching? Put it in the comments, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Some people think of like a sports coach or like a personal trainer or a nutritionist, and I am none of those things. Those are way too technical and tedious for me, and I also don't really enjoy telling people what to do unless you're Marky, or what they should be doing. I'd rather support people and kind of be that cheerleader that helps them along and just hold them accountable, and I help them succeed at whatever it is that they want. So here's exactly what I do as a coach. I support and cheer my people on, like I said, and I stretch them to go out of their comfort zone, and I challenge them to get really curious and question how they're currently approaching all areas of their life, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I also help them unlock their potential so that they feel empowered to create absolutely anything that they want within this lifetime. And lastly, I'm also here to inspire them to step into full alignment in every area of their life of who they truly want to be. And I know that doing all of that on your own especially can seem really overwhelming and really stressful, and that's totally okay, because that's a lot to take on. And sometimes it's just easier to stay where you are and how you are, because that's what you know, and you know it's maybe a safe place there, and it's just the easier thing to do. So who better to step in and help support you than a coach? And that's exactly why I have my own coach. I actually have 2 of them, because I'm trying to make so much change in my life right now that I need the extra accountability, and I need the stretch, and I need the support, and I love it. And enough about me. Let's get to today's tip, which is 7 tips for drinking more water. And this is really important right now, especially because it's almost summertime, and here in Missouri it has been really hot lately, and most often we don't take that into consideration. We go outside and we don't think about taking something to drink with us. So staying hydrated, and the nurse and the mom in me is all about that. My dad's a farmer, and I know more times than I would like to admit, he has not given himself enough to drink. Or like Gabby, she's 2. She doesn't like to drink water, so it is really hard to push fluids down here. And like I said, all too often we forget to drink our water while we're just living it up outside. And water doesn't just keep you hydrated, it keeps you safe. It's what lubricates our systems and keeps us healthy and vibrant and just full of life. So think of a riverbed in drought season, when it's all dried up and cracking, and where the water is just so scarce that there's no life in it. And then compare that to your body. So compare the riverbed to your body, and just imagine what you're doing to it by not staying hydrated with enough water. Soon enough, your body too will dry up, crack up, and it won't function like it should. So what's important about recognizing dehydration? Dehydration can be life-threatening if it goes too far. It's what occurs when your body just doesn't have enough fluid or enough water to work properly, which can cause major problems. And these can develop slowly or can come on really quickly. And the usual side effects that we all notice are like dry mouth, or maybe you're starting to get thirsty. And other things you can look for would be, and this is from mild to severe, it would be like low energy or fatigue, or maybe a loss of muscle strength or endurance. Maybe you're starting to feel hungry, which oftentimes means that you're actually just really thirsty. Maybe you're starting to get a headache, or you're noticing that you're getting like that fog brain, or like your memory just not like it was earlier in the day. Or maybe you're having a decrease in urine output, or no urine output at all, or maybe your urine's getting darker and starting to get stinkier, or maybe it burns a little bit, which that could be a different problem too. Or maybe you're starting to feel like lightheaded or dizzy, maybe because your blood pressure could be getting low because you're too dehydrated. Maybe you're getting tachycardic, which means that your heart rate is just beating really fast and you can feel that. So how can you increase your daily water consumption? This is really easy, and I have 7 tips to share with you. The first one is really simple. It's to drink 1 to 2 glasses of water first thing in the morning. Think about it. You've been sleeping for 6 to 8 hours, so your body's like, I'm really thirsty. So 1 to 2 glasses of water as soon as you wake up. Or keep a pitcher filled with filtered water for you to drink throughout the day, like maybe in your fridge or at home on your desk at work, if you can have water there. Drinking 8 ounces of water before exercise, and then sipping small amounts of water from your water bottle during exercise. Maybe keeping glass bottles of water in your car or at the office, or like I said, if you can have them at work. I know as a nurse, we usually can't keep water at the computer we're working on, which gets to be kind of tricky when you're trying to stay hydrated. If you don't like the way water tastes, you can add like slices of fresh lemon or oranges or cucumbers or strawberries or mint leaves or anything along those lines, just to make it taste a little more flavorful. You can also add emergency to sparkling water for a fun twist on the taste, or maybe like an iced herbal tea throughout the day. A couple extras you could do are, which I heard this one, which is really simple. I was at a day spa earlier in Columbia, Missouri with Pamela Hyen of Como Wellness Connection, and I'll put a link with her information in the comments below at the end. And she made a great point. If you're someone who doesn't like to drink water, or if you just aren't in the habit of drinking a lot of water as it is, then set a small goal. So set like a weekly goal of adding 1 glass of water a day for a week. And then the next week, make it 2 glasses, and then the week after that, make it 3, and just so on and so forth after that. The other extra is I like to use a 1 liter water bottle or 1 liter cup thing, because it's easier for me to keep track of. And my personal goal is to drink 3 to 4 liters of water a day. And I know that might seem like a lot, which for some people it is, but I sweat really easily, and I'm usually pretty active. My job has me up and doing things all the time. And if you work with me, this is my cup. I have it with me every single day. And a concern that some people have with drinking all this water is that it's going to make them go to the bathroom a lot more, which, yeah, it will, until your body can regulate it. And even then, it still might be more than what you're used to, which is part of it. So how much water should you drink? This is such a loaded question. And the amount of water that you need to drink a day really depends on you and your lifestyle, because we're all so different. And maybe you have a chronic illness or something that maybe prohibits you from drinking a certain amount of water, has you on like a fluid restriction or something like that. But like I said, it all just depends on us as individuals. But a good rule of thumb is to drink between 64 ounces and 67% of your body weight of water a day. So for example, if you weigh 150 pounds, then you should be drinking anywhere between 64 and 100 ounces of water per day. It also depends on how much water you're currently drinking or what your activity level is, because like me, I'm pretty active and I sweat all the time. Like as soon as I go outside, I feel like I'm sweating, or as soon as I start working out, I feel like I'm sweating. Also depends on how much caffeine or alcohol you drink daily. I drink a lot of coffee, and caffeine and alcohol are both dehydrating. So a good rule there is like a 1-to-1 ratio. So for every cup of coffee or a beer or a glass of wine or a mixed drink, drink 1 glass of water. Another determinant is the temperature where you live. So if you're in a hotter climate, then you're going to need more water. Your body's just going to require it to stay functioning properly. So what can you do now? If you're thirsty for more ways to stay hydrated in your busy life, then I'm going to drop a link in the comments below, and you can schedule a time to chat with me. And there's no strings attached to these conversations. They usually take about 45 to 60 minutes to complete one. And my hope is that you'll leave it with one aha or one insight to help you feel more energized or excited or just inspired about taking charge of your health. And also, if you would like a printed version of this video, then I'm also going to drop that link to my blog post in here. And in that, there is actually a free download that you can get that has a how-to water guide, and it includes all of this, and then it also has a little bit more things like if you were looking for a water filter to get in your house, like a couple different options to consider, or maybe if you've been thinking about going from plastic to glass bottles, there's a couple considerations there too. So it includes all of that stuff. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, my first Facebook Live. If you have any additional tips on how to get more water in, share them so we can all know. Or if there's anything that you took away from this video, like an aha or an insight or appreciation that you gained from this video, then let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. And that concludes my first Facebook Live. Thank you for watching, guys.